You are a vessel that I can fill because of what you have been referring to as your vulnerability. Not the shine you're constantly attempting to produce. Not the assurance you've been waiting to experience. Not the power you keep telling yourself you'll call forth tomorrow. The actual crack. The hollow, the dent itself. Nothing is what you believe it to be. At this moment, in this very. Let me take a moment to explain why the ordinary jar you are has always been the prerequisite for. I want to fill it with treasure. Before I finish this message, let me provide you with a single line I had Paul write to a small church across the sea. A line that will hush in this hour. The precise shame your own efforts have never managed to hush. Stay at this counter with me. We're not in a hurry. You are visible to me. The same tiny jar has been being turned over by your hands and over, searching for the weakness that renders you unsuitable for anything lovely. Because she believes that a true mother lacks patience, a mother has been concealing it from her own family. On the other side of the wall, a husband's voice has started to ring in his own ears, therefore he has ceased praying aloud. Too shattered to be heard in paradise. A young person who was informed that having confidence is a prerequisite for being utilized has been waiting for a feeling that never materializes. An older one stands in front of the pantry of her own life. Embarrassed by how little is in the basin she has left to offer anyone, including me. A widow has measured out. With all the weight of my splendor and the tenderness of a parent whose love is immeasurable, I stand next to you. The last of her oil one more time, and tried not to think about what comes after the bottom. 3 blocks away, a lone father puts what's left of him in his child's lunchbox and lies down at night, certain that his cup's rim is visible. Someone has been picking up fragments ever since they dropped a vessel of plans during a difficult year. I'm positive that no one can use broken ceramics. A buddy who used to inquire about your well-being stopped because the response was always flowing. I'm not sure for whom. Saying the same thing over and over again has started to seem like you're begging for water from a jar that you believe is empty, so your daily prayer is shorter. I can see all of you. There isn't a single apparent cracked rim. Not a single blank image is overlooked. Every flaw in your life that you've been hoping nobody will see. Years ago, I noticed, and I did not recoil. The chips don't irritate me. I am sensitive to them. I'm not. I'm waiting for you to straighten up before we sit at the same table, so I'm pacing on the opposite side of the cupboard. It was me who deliberately grabbed for this jar, knowing what it contained and what it was incapable of holding. I'm not trying to solve the issue of your concealed unfitness. I'm working through this doorway. The shame contains more lives than the obvious part. You have been quietly lamenting the fact that you have less. More endurance than you had before. A subtle revelation regarding the necessity of relaxation in areas where you previously had no need for it. You've been carrying the shame of your own thresholds. How a discussion tires you more quickly than it used to. How an errand depletes you for reasons that no calendar can explain. How a minor social gathering cost you a whole day of recuperation. You've been carrying about the hidden fatigue of contrasting the seeming ease of those whose insides you can't truly see with your own sluggish reconstruction. No one had alerted you to the existence of such additional loads. They silently ascended to the jar's rim as your hands were occupied with stabilizing the jar. I can assure you that I have seen those too. They are counted with the rest. Close your eyes for the next few sentences if it is safe where you are. The eyes behind the lids should be softened. Don't fix it on anything specific. Let the inside of your eyelids blur a little at the edges. It's also a type of openness, that slight lack of focus. Your eyes have been holding the form of inspection for so long that they have forgotten how to just take in. Observe how your jaw and chest both unclench simultaneously as the attention becomes less intense. Takes a seat. When a vessel is no longer attempting to demonstrate its value to the cabinet, it acts in this manner. Light enters through cracks. The love is revealed through cracks. For the duration of your breath, stick to that one sentence. Don't rush past it. My light found a way through the very part of you that you were attempting to conceal. You didn't learn to feel self-conscious about being a clay jar. You gained knowledge of it. On the first morning, a parent informed you that crying was an embarrassing leak. Thus, you welded the tiny fissure of your grief closed, and they have been carrying the seam ever since. When a teacher used a different student as an example of the proper vessel, you learnt it without anyone claiming that your shape wasn't selected. When a relationship ended and someone who was aware of your flaws decided they were too much to handle, you found out